What was for you guys the movies that, or like a specific movie or like a movie experience that kind of like made you fall in love with movies, you think? Because I know my specific exact one.
I do too, actually. When I was a kid and my parents first separated, my dad moved in with my grandparents. So we lived with my grandparents for a little bit, and every Monday night we would do a movie night. And the first 2 weeks were Jaws and Jurassic Park. And those were like the
Good
first
picks.
two movies that weren't Finding Nemo and The Incredibles or
Yeah.
Toy Story that I had watched. And it made me instantly fall in love with movies. From there, I really got into the horror genre too. And I got into Back to the Future, Ferris Bueller's Day Out. Like, I really got into the 70s and 80s and 90s
Yeah.
because watching those movies first. And so that's why I have the Jaws around my knee and Mr.
Nice.
DNA were like my first two tattoos.
Yeah.
And yeah, those were the two movies that got me started. I'm 25 years old, and dinosaurs and sharks are still my favorite animals. Yeah, those were the first two movies. And I think when you're talking about like two movies to get you started, those are two of the most iconic you
for
you
sure.
could talk about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a movie.
Yeah.
I had an experience. Like in my village, we didn't like have TVs, like all these like personal TVs, but some people would, and those people would just like start these theaters,
yeah,
which is just basically their own TV.
Yeah.
Like, and they would just like, everybody would like in a big room that they've made probably, and everybody would show up, and I was like 7 years old, and I'm like, how do those kids get, I was this dumb. I was like, how do those people get in the movies, like in the TV? I don't know why, but like all of a sudden I've just had this like want to recreate that
Yeah.
yeah,
or whatever, and that's how I got into like making films too.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's sick.
it's pretty much how it went for me.